Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. What I want to talk about is what kind of gear I expect each individual militia member to have on their person when they're called into duty. Now, this is I'm basing all of this on my experience and how we are set up in my own local area. And like I say, many of the people that I'm hooked up with are volunteer firemen, so they know what it's like to be prepared. So and they know what it's like when they're called in, they have to grab their gear and go. And so this is what I want to talk about is there's when you're as an individual, we're in three-man militias, 3 men to a team. Each individual has to have his gear. We're not a military thing where you're going to be supplied with everything you need. So you have to have a minimum amount, and that's the kind of stuff I want to talk about right now. And this is stuff that you need to have ready because when you are called in, you won't have but just a minute or 2 or 3 to grab and go. And so this is why you need to have your stuff ready to go. Okay, now first thing, now this isn't in any kind of particular order. These are just things that you really need to have. Okay, first it's going to be a handgun and holster. Everyone in the militia needs to have a handgun, and the reason is it's for self-defense. We're being called into duty for something, and whatever it is, I want you safe. You have to be safe. You can't do your job unless you are safe. So you need a handgun. You don't need a lot of ammunition for it. I normally have my handgun, and I use a semi-automatic, and then in my backpack I'll have a 30-round magazine. And but that's it. I don't carry that much extra ammunition. Like I say, the Marines say your handgun is used to get you to your rifle. So that's why I don't carry that much. So you need a handgun and a holster so you can carry your handgun comfortably. So we can do our duties and our handgun will be on us all the time. The next thing would be a rifle. And I suggest the AK-47 with 4 magazines. They're 30-round mags each. That's 120 rounds you'll have all ready to do whatever you have to do. And maybe now I get my ammunition will come in a battle pack, and it's plastic. It's heavy-duty plastic. It's wrapped in heavy-duty plastic. That will be in my backpack just in case I need more ammo. And so you're going to need a rifle. Now we can debate on what kind of rifles and stuff like that, but like I say, you need to have your rifle and magazines. Okay. Next thing you're going to be needing is a pocket knife. Like I say, I don't do reviews. I don't. Everybody is so different, and their needs are so different. I don't even try to do reviews and try to show people what's good and bad about something. You need to have something, and then once you get it, you you will find out if it applies to your lifestyle and to you personally. So, so what kind of pocket knife? I don't know. I don't care. But you need a pocket knife. And another thing would be a fixed blade knife. And you need a fixed blade knife because that's what you use to open things and stuff like that. Now, see, like I said, we're not soldiers. We're not going into combat. What we're doing is we are protecting our families, our friends, and our local communities. So the idea of getting yourself all decked out like, you know, some kind of Rambo kind of thing, that is not the point of this at all. So getting fancy weapons and fancy gear is not a must. Having the proper gear is a must. Okay. The next thing would be a hat, like, you know, and same thing. I don't know what kind of hat. You just have to figure it out. Because of the area that you're going to be in and your needs, that's all going to change. Depends on what's going on with you. Combat boots, a good pair of combat boots. And the reason I say that is you may be on your feet for some time. You may be having to walk into stuff that's be bad on your feet. So I say tennis shoes, stuff like that. It won't last. They won't make it in one bad situation. So a good pair of combat boots. Okay. Now. Okay, your 3-man unit needs to have some way or another so you can identify yourselves. And that will be like all 3 of you have the same kind of hat, or you have the same color of bandana wrapped around your arm, the same kind of jean jacket, the same kind of poncho. It doesn't make any difference, but you need to be able to see your 3. So keep that in mind on what you're going to be doing as your unit. But so you're going to have that with you, because if 2 of them look like one thing and you don't look like them, you are not a 3-man unit, and it's going to be harder for you all to find each other. Okay. Another thing is, I'm saying a mid-size backpack, and you can get any size you want, but there's certain things you're going to have. Like I say, you don't know what you're going to. A lot of times you're going to be called in, even though you specialize in one certain thing. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be doing that particular service, because your first responsibility is a 3-man militia. Your second responsibility is what it is you specialize in. And it's all for one main purpose, and that's protecting our families, our friends, and our local community. So this is why you have to keep this in mind. Okay, so you'll have your backpack. In your backpack, you're going to need a package of freeze-dried food. They're sealed, and that's mainly for emergencies if you really need to have it. Another thing would be an MRE, and that's meals ready to eat. You can make these up yourself, and but in other words, there's no cooking to it, there's no nothing to it. You can just open it up and start eating. You need one of those in your backpack. You need water purification. My particular water purification's got a handle on it, so you know, like your little jacket. It's a little thing, but it's got a little handle, and and what it does is it pumps the water through and it filters it. And you're going to need something in the way of water purification, because you're put in a spot. You may run out of water. You may have to drink out of a water puddle, a creek, or whatever. So you have to have water purification with you. Talking about the water, you're going to have a bottle of water in there. In the old days, we'd say have a canteen with you, but now bottled water is prevalent. I mean, it's all over. So get a bottle of water in your backpack ready to go. And gloves. Going to need some gloves. You're going to need a whistle. Or well, you need a whistle, that's for sure. And it wouldn't be bad, like a family band radio or something. What is it that you three use to communicate with each other? You're going to be needing whatever that is, plus the whistle. I talked about the bandana. You're going to need a bandana and some mog or whatever, you know, where you wrap around like that. Wrap around your face and your neck, and that like I say, keeps bugs out. Used for, there's a lot of different uses for that smog. So that a flashlight. You're gonna need and I say, don't try to get the best on everything to start with. Just have everything. As you start using it, and you'll start realizing what it is that you really need. So, but a flashlight. Let's see, first aid. You're going to need some first aid. Just a small first aid. It's for you. The first aid we have is for ourselves. So that's the kind of first aid you need. Now, as a 3-man team, you will have another first aid that's a little bit bigger and for more stuff, because like I say, we don't have all of the stuff to take care of others, so we need to have all the stuff we need to take care of ourselves. Okay, you're going to need a Bic lighter or some matches, something like that. Let's see, rain gear. Poncho really makes a really good rain gear. It's hard to beat the poncho. And a space blanket. You know, it's that shiny, real lightweight and small. You can get them in, I think, colors. I know you can get them in green, maybe black and some other colors. I don't know, but you need something like that also, just in case. It's waterproof, and like I say, it'll hold your body heat, so keeps from going into shock, and this type of stuff. So you'll be needing that. And what you got to keep in mind, the weather that's in the situation that you're in. If it's hot in summer, or if it's cold, so you have to have the right a jacket or you know, whatever it is you're going to be needing for that, for the weather. Paper and a pen. So you may have to do some writing and have this stuff down, so you need to have all that stuff ready. And some paracord. It's just surprising how many times you're going to have to tie something up. You might have your jacket and you have to tie it on your backpack. I don't know, but you're going to need the paracord. Now, what I just mentioned are things that are on the minimum that you're going to be needing, and have it packed up and ready to go so you can grab it and go when you're called in. And like I say, this is the minimum that each individual militia member needs to have. Okay, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com.